no money, that's an asshole. It wasn't a phase.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Senior Citizens Podcast. And today we have the pleasure of chatting with Dyne Side. Dyne Side? Yes?
Yes. It was pronounced correctly.
Before, yeah.
So I can imagine. Like, oh, we're going to do it live. Right.
Now we got to do it again. No. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
Great to be here. Thank you.
I'm excited that you guys are here. I'm doing good. So a couple months ago, if you watched episodes, I was like dying, right? So I have fever. I don't know, everything in between.
You've had a fever for months?
That's what it looked like.
Did you get it checked out? Like, are you good?
I'm good now.
Okay.
But I got sick again, so I was afraid that I was going to relive that. But now I'm doing better.
Okay.
I might lose my voice, but we're here.
Okay, we're here. Good.
If I do, Manny, you can take over.
I'll take over the question.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So I want to hear a little bit about how Dyne Side got started. I know it's been a couple years.
It started at Flanagan's.
Flanagan's, yes.
Only good things started Flanagan's.
Yeah.
It started.
No, I was leaving my my other band, and or my other band was separating, and then my bassist at the time was like, "Oh, bro, yeah, I know somebody in Hialeah's," and I was like, "Okay, sorry," like that was his voice.
That's the way he talked, actually.
But yeah, and like, you get it.
I just love the apology. Like, you're in character.
Yeah. So he hit our buddy John Matos up, and John Matos hit up Eddie. Yeah. And then we met at Flanagan's. And so yeah, from there it was kind of like, Then it was like, oh, we're a band. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sing. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have the cup from Flanagan's?
Not the one from that day.
Not for that day, but everybody has.
No, green cups there are in everybody's kitchen.
I don't have a single Flanagan's.
Why not?
I've never been to Flanagan's in my life.
Really? Wow. Why? You still like the food?
I don't even know what food they serve.
It's bar food. It's pretty basically bar.
The
rib rolls.
The rib rolls.
You gotta try the rib rolls. Yeah.
The
Rib rolls.
Yeah.
Rib rolls.
Rib rolls.
Okay, so
The rib rolls.
the rib rolls. Okay. I'll keep that in mind if I ever do find myself at a
It's a must.
Yes.
It's a must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Bar food.
you were the guy from Hialeah.
Yes.
Was there Flanagan's in Hialeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Dyne Side, the name came from the concept.
And I think we just wanted something.
It was, it was the concept of overthinking confusion along with like math and science together.
Yeah.
And then it was like word here, other word here,
That's
together. All right, cool. And then it kind of evolved over the years.
right.
And then like with what we talked about in our music, it's like, we're dying inside.
That's the play on words. Yeah. We didn't give it a lot of thought. We're just kind of like, this sounds cool. It's 2 syllables.
Right.
Let's go. Let's write.
And it's just been you two the whole time.
I mean,
We've had other musicians, and over the years, they've kind of, they've left, moved on with life or other projects.
it was a 5-piece, right?
5.
5-piece at first, and 4, and then it just ended up just being us 2, and then over the years, it's just kind of, we've had friends play drums and bass with us, and like that's how we ended up touring.
So we bring in touring musicians or live musicians.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, aside from it going from like a 5-piece to a 2-piece now, whatever, what's the biggest change that you've seen in Dyne Side from the beginning?
The decisions are made a lot faster.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
In that regards, I was like, we've changed.
Yeah, it's not.
How I mean, like we got like we know more,
Okay.
but like we do more, but
Yeah.
as far as like decision making, like, of course there's like a faster pipeline of everything.
Yeah, it's not a council. Like, what do you think of this riff? And then it's like,
Yes, no, okay,
done.
ready,
Let's go.
let's do this. Things.
That must make this project fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
When you have to nitpick at every decision, it's like, this is draining now. It's
Yeah,
no longer like,
exactly.
I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like it's just easier to also bounce ideas off each other. So it's just like we introduce an idea and then it just blossoms from there.
Okay.
Yeah, but after that meeting in Flanagan's, we did an album, 2 technically, right?
Yeah.
2. And then those albums, we never we released them, but we didn't show them ever again.
Yeah.
Just because
But they exist.
they exist.
Unlike
Maybe. You gotta look for them.
Bandcamp.
You got,
SoundCloud.
There's probably a cover on SoundCloud.
you gotta
actually.
dig for those.
We
but
still, you know, I think we still have the Kenny Chesney.
I
It was like the fastest downloads we've had, which is ironic.
That was a random one. But yeah, and after that, I was just kind of like, okay, I gotta go to the Air Force. Bye. So I left.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
And then came back and we did another album. And then after that, it was just, that's when it like really started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So then that's when we just started touring, hitting the road, and like just hitting every city on the East Coast. Like we've done every state from like Texas, North Dakota, and East.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Wow.
About like 20 tours.
Something like that.
How long were you in the Air Force for?
54 years. Isn't this the senior citizen? I was there for so long. No, it was only 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So through those 4 years, we were just like writing music, like ideas or demos, and like just kind of emailing each other
Right.
and just kind of building.
A lot of pen and paper.
No letters.
Good morrows. I have these 4 chords.
It's just the 14th of July. I'm stationed in South Korea, and the weather is slightly colder than normal.
South Korea's fine.
It gets cold.
Okay.
What do you mean? I know it's fine.
Yeah, you have technology in South Korea.
Oh yeah.
Probably ended up in a cave.
I'm still writing a letter because I need to be dramatic.
Gotta be dramatic.
And you set like a cassette with the chords.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just hold on, and then,
Oh man. Okay.
but yeah, and then like we really like went in, and like it was going great, and then obviously COVID happened, and the year of COVID, of course, we were gonna play festivals in Argentina,
Mexico.
we were gonna tour Mexico, like it was going, and but it was
And then just like Thanos.
just like bye.
Yeah. Well, I think that happened to a lot of people during the pandemic, and obviously something like that could really affect your mental health too. Like things are going so great, and it's like, well, that's what I'm asking about. How did you guys take that and survive that?
We were dying inside.
We died inside.
Okay.
Died inside. We started writing.
Okay.
Yeah. We still had a recording studio. We had to pivot towards bringing in people, like to pay for the space. So that also has been a learning experience too. And I think it just made us better at also self-producing and self-engineering our music. And yeah, we just did what we knew, and we just wrote a lot of music and recorded it, and now we're at the phase of releasing everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
So-
you just had a release.
We just had a release. Yeah.
Big Brother?
Big
Yeah.
Brother. Yeah.
That,
And that was actually written back in 2020 during like.
That had to have been like right.
Yeah, that was like right at the shutdown of everything.
Shutdown happened. Yeah, actually no, you're right.
Shutdown was March, and then like it was like summer, August, somewhere around there. That's when we were writing it of that year, and it was kind of like, oh my god, everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Oh my god. Oh my god.
you can hold this if you need like support. There you go.
Oh my god. And yeah, we were going through it, and it kind of put itself into the music of how we were going through it. And for that one specifically, it was the whole concept of Big Brother, where it's like, you're always being watched, and like,
Yeah.
and aside from, along with the control and then like all the chaos that we were going through, we were just putting it all into one. And then not only that, it was like what we were going through, right?
Right.
Where it's kind of like, are we going to sit in stone, or are we going to fight ourselves in order to just keep going?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the whole like generalized version of that. If you want to dig deeper, I can provide a synopsis or something later. I can send you an email.
With paper, no ink.
Yeah.
With a feather.
I'm writing to you from Hialeah.
I'm writing
From Flanagan.
I'm writing to you from Flanagan's, table 5. That's good. My server's name is Sherry.
The rib rolls are quite good today.
They're quite delicious today. Have you tried the sauce?
What sauce?
The barbecue sauce.
Oh, it's a special barbecue sauce?
It's the only one. It's the only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It probably
it's
gets
not like-
stolen every day. Yeah, it's not amazing.
It's on
It's
the,
just the barbecue sauce.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. But you put it on you put it on everything.
Some places got like guava barbecue.
Yeah, you're right. They have like their signature thing.
Do they have other ones?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just the Flanagan's barbecue.
What if it's like a secret menu item?
I wouldn't be surprised
I wouldn't be surprised.
if they
It's been
had
so
something
many years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how we just keep going back to Flanagan.
I am intrigued now. Like, I feel like I have to go to a Flanagan. You don't
Have to. Like, it's
I
not.
feel like we're setting the bar so high.
Yeah,
So
it's not even tampoco. Like, it's not even like that.
don't go out of your way.
Yeah.
When the opportunity comes.
Yeah, like if you're like, yo, I'm hungry, there's a Flanagan's there. I'm gonna go try that now.
Well, there's like a brewery that has a Flanagan's like next to it that I used to go for trivia night. No, like all the way up in Pompano.
Oof.
Wow.
Ouchies.
No, that's still far from my house too. I'm just like I end up here for trivia night, which is fun. It's been a while, but the Flanagan's is always packed. So
Yeah.
it's like, do I want to wait over there? Or
Oh
do I
yeah,
just
yeah.
want to get the
Never,
food?
never go at night. It's just too ratchet.
It's like Wednesday night.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're there.
They're there.
They're on.
Till 4 in the morning.
They're
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah. It's not ratchet day, bro.
They live, eat, breathe it. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. In and out food, yeah.
To go.
Yeah, lunch.
It's always better.
Lunch special.
Yeah,
Go
lunch
in,
specials.
Get out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good prices.
I'm walking away with some really valuable information.
Yes.
Talk.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're starting to release music from 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of festivals canceled. You guys, as far as I know and or am concerned, are an independent band.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you guys manage to book all these festivals and all these gigs? And I ask that because we have some bands that watch this podcast. So I think that's valuable information.
For sure.
I think one of the biggest things is always just building your network, playing your shows, and then like with the jobs that we had, right, as far as like being in the AV world, a lot of the AV world had musicians in it,
Yeah.
you know, so that kind of like helped build our network at the same time. And we're talking to all these people, and like it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, you do that? Yeah, me too. Oh, wait, you know, shows. And then shows happen, right?
Okay.
And then like, you know, one thing leads to another. And then obviously like on touring, on the touring side of things, right? That again comes from networking, but that took a lot of like digging on Facebook.
Leg work. Oof.
Like there's like these giant communities where it's like 80,000 plus musicians that are just like,
DIY shows.
I need a show. And it's like everyone helping each other. And that's what we used to do. Like we dig through that and just like be like, hey, like I need a spot here.
Trade
And,
shows.
you know, you meet people, and then, you know, it over time, as you do the shows, you meet more people, and then like you get more contacts, and like it's all just,
It spreads from there.
yeah, a lot of groundwork, and eventually, you know, you lead to a certain, you know, place where it just gets better and better, and or you try to, you know.
Oh, a promoter from a certain city says these guys are cool, and then you have 1,000 people in your
Yeah, and that's it.
show.
Okay.
Literally.
Kind of feels a little bit like doom scrolling through LinkedIn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Don't say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about
Yeah.
that. No.
That's what I think about when you tell me you're going to
Yeah.
this Facebook group and looking. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of digging,
But it's,
especially starting from here, like starting from South Florida. It's
yeah, nobody comes down here.
Nobody comes down.
it's like, you want to trade shows? It's like, yeah, we can't go over there, but we can book you here in DC. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, that happens a lot.
No, funny enough, because I just had the podcast anniversary down. Like I did 2 dates, one in Orlando and one down here. And obviously Orlando is a lot more like central, and everyone's like, yes, I could be there. And that's
Right.
out in like 2 minutes. And then the down south one, it was like, y'all don't want tickets?
Yeah. It's weird.
Everything's fine.
I feel like it's just because I think Miami's a city of transplants. So I feel like,
Miami's a city of transplants.
yeah, like everyone's from somewhere else.
Right. So
there's no-
immigrants.
So that, yeah, well, no, what I mean is as far as the rock culture,
Right.
Like there's not a lot. We all listen to other kinds of music, so I feel like in other cities they historically went to rock shows. So like community was built, even if it died. Like let's say the underground scene died, it was like the structure of it or the blueprint was still there. Where I feel like here it's like you have to kind of make the blueprint and then it gets reset like every 2 years.
Because you know, it's also
everyone leaves.
Very, yeah, aside from people leaving, and it's very integrated in the culture of the venues, right? So if we still had
Churchill
Las Rosas,
or Las Rosas.
like if we still had that, for sure, that would like it would still be
Yeah.
pumping right now. Like it would
because it'd
still
be like a
going.
beacon for people.
But it's still going in its pockets. One of the big ones is the VFW post right now, right? Did I say
Yeah.
that correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
in Hollywood.
What's the number? I forgot.
American Legion.
Yeah, it's American Legion, but I forgot. Post 92. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
That's like, like one of the spots now. That's like where everyone's going.
Ramps is pretty popular.
Ramps is great too.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, but like, see, like that's the thing. Like the culture moves with the venues, right? And like, that's kind of like
Limited.
what Miami needs more as far as.
A solid venue.
I mean, there are, but like one that's completely accessible. I guess I don't know, like the one that I think would generate more value in terms of dreams, like becoming reality, I guess, right? Like to where it's kind of like, hey, like this is the place where we're gonna be because everyone is there, and everyone will always be there because this is the community that goes here.
Yeah.
Like so, and there are those places, but like not like the place, right?
Right. Even up north, like Tough Times was starting to become that place where even if there wasn't, it was like the talent farm. Like it doesn't matter who's playing, people are always going to show up because that's their hangout.
Yeah.
spot.
because they want to go support live music.
Yeah.
Exactly. But now Tough Times is done too. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's been a couple months.
No idea.
It's been a couple months.
In Pompano, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Tough Times was fun. That lasted. Talent Farm back in the day was it too. I don't know what
Was
else
great.
was along the way because I've always been more north than the
Yeah.
south. So I never went to Churchill's. I never went to La Rosas. Right?
And Churchill's was another like big staple.
Yeah.
It's the center.
Yeah.
Everybody would go there. It was like
Played
the
my
whole.
first show there.
Really?
Yeah, 1 a.m. on the Thursday.
Came out. I went.
All three people were excited.
All 3 drunks were there. They were cheering me on.
No, I mean, and speaking of these venues and the scene, obviously both of you have spent quite a bit of time in the local scene. So I want to hear about your experiences getting into it as like a teenager. What was that like for you?
Man,
You throw in the emo phase in there too while we're in.
the emo face. I was actually still stuck in like new metal world, and I remember emo was like coming in, and I was so confused by it because we were wearing all baggy jeans, and then skinny jeans came in, and we're just like, what is this shift?
Right.
Didn't you go to Cafe Cristal? I was like your first.
Yeah, actually, Cafe Cristal was my first show.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, that was a really good venue.
It was back during those.
A lot of the hardcore
Before you got into
shows.
the Air Force, right? 56 years ago.
Oh, way before that.
Before. Yeah. But yeah, that was a great show. Or shows. I remember seeing there was a band called Ravia. I don't know if you're familiar. What is it?
That was before.
Thick as Blood.
Oh,
That was there.
that was before.
That was violent. What else? I can't think of.
I should preface this that everything before March of 2020 is a blur for me now.
Yeah,
Right?
it's the it's the before times.
Before COVID.
Yeah. I didn't. I mean, the shows were wild. I don't know. It felt welcoming. I didn't feel any resistance or anything, and it was just kind of like. And that was way down south. I was like in Kendall.
Oh, that's why I don't know about it.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then
yeah.
I'm in Hialeah, and I'm hearing about it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you got to go there if you want to go see shows. And eventually, I did end up playing a show there too, my first band, and yeah, it was horrible, but the other bands are great.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
I didn't have much of a local experience
Really?
growing up.
Solid Sounds.
No, I mean, well, that was like after, right? Well, I'm talking about like the teenage years, and then in my early 20s. I guess it was around college where I started getting involved. That was my first like actual like legit band, I guess. I remember I saw a group of people and they were dressed in trip pants, and I was like, "Hey, are you guys a band?" And they were like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, cool. You guys need a singer?" "Yeah." "Oh, I could try." And like it was just like, oh, "Okay, cool."
Stars Born.
Yeah. And,
Courage that this man had.
and like it was kind of like, yeah, we did it, and then it was going great with that band because aggressive metal. It was called Bell Tower Falls.
Okay.
Yeah, and we played a lot, solid sounds, like up north, and it was crazy. Yeah, and then the rest of the story after the fact goes from there.
Right.
Starting at Flanagan's.
Right. Flanagan's, Air Force, postcards.
Yeah.
Is it the thing?
Is it the long life?
I'm actually a vampire.
Oh, okay. So you're one of those people that's getting their social security check at 150 years old.
Yeah. It's not the kobold.
It's they're taking it away from me,
Kind of fucked up.
and they don't realize that this is something like it's a condition.
Protect vampire lives.
I just choose this life.
Vampire lives matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was bit in Uruguay. They didn't even know that.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
I just want to see flying cars, you know.
Just want to see flying cars.
Yeah, I want to be around.
But like real, like cool ones that aren't like on propellers.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So you got to be a vampire to see it, you know, to live hundreds of years to get to that point, you know.
I don't know if I want to get to that point. You've seen Miami drivers. That's how they're going to act in the air. And then all of a sudden you're going to be walking across the street and the car falls right in front of you.
And that's the perfect time to drive, like on wheels at that time.
Yeah, all the traffic will be up there, so then we...
Yeah, but when they crash and it falls,
Oh, you're right.
it's a liability be down here.
We didn't think
Life
about
is
that.
filled with dangers.
Maybe we should just hire more FAA employees.
Oh, yeah. That might be the move.
Is this going where I think it's going?
I'm trying to not make it go that way.
Let's stick to the arts.
No.
Acknowledge.
Center.
All right. Centered.
We're back. Yeah, there we go.
So,
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a cool local experience for you. How old are you? Teenage years, right?
Yeah, it was teenagers.
Okay. Yeah. No, because
teenagers.
that was my kind of time being at the talent farm and stuff too, and I
Yeah.
it just like shaped the way in my life, right? But I was
Yeah.
always very scared to like be friends with people at the scene because I was very like introverted. Yes.
no, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I get that.
No, you don't. I would never walk up to somebody and be like,
No.
"How's our band? I can sing for you."
That's different, right? That was a different moment in my life. And then after that, it was like,
Oh, shit.
You're like, "Oh, I gotta sing now."
all right, dude. I don't want.
And did you always know you wanted to like interview bands or get involved in the scene?
No, so this was basically just a passion project because all my other interviews were in Spanish. So I was like, oh, let me do something in English. But if you're going to do something out of a place of love,
Yeah.
you have to do something you care about. And I just wanted to come back to that local scene. And it was funny doing that dive back in, how you're saying that like, oh, it changes every 2 years or so. It's funny doing that dive back in to see how things have changed.
Yeah.
I think it was you that told me at that one show where I met you that I was like, oh yeah, I remember baseboard or something. And you were like,
Yeah, we it was at Legion. It was at the VFW show.
yeah, that's what it was.
But what band was it?
Where?
No, you weren't there.
I said something about baseboard and the scene back in the day, and you were like, yeah, Oh Jesus is basically
I
the
went to
same
go see.
people.
That's when I went to go see Royal Hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to be hosting that show.
Oh, look at
Not
that.
a fun night. No, like literally like on stage hosting.
Center.
Yeah,
yourself.
And it
Thank you. Before I said
the time just derailed.
it was something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this. I'm trying. The scene does change every couple of years or so, and I've even noticed it now where like I can make like a gravestone post of every band that's been on here that is no longer together. It's like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Center.
That happened.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so emo phase is not really new metal phase.
Yeah, it was new metal / emo phase. I think I got into emo like later.
Okay,
I was late to the party.
right.
I'm still emo.
Fair enough. I believe it. How skinny are your jeans? Not skinny enough.
They're not skinny.
They're not.
Tampoco. They're like that. I gotta breathe.
You're like the Air Force changed me.
No, it destroyed me.
Same difference.
Yeah. No, it changed me in a better way though.
Right. Now pants are less tight.
That what?
No, your pants are less
Oh,
tight.
I heard something else. I was like,
Pants are less tight.
no. Don't say the C word.
Oh no. Okay, so for Dyne Side.
Dying inside.
Dying Inside. I almost said Dying Inside. For Dying Inside, what's the future? What do we see coming up? We have new music coming. We got a very cool visualizer. Is there an album coming up? What are we doing next?
The future is tomorrow and beyond.
Okay.
Flying cars. And,
So we'll have flying cars by next week and an album in 2 weeks?
Lit. Yeah. No.
and a set at Flanagan's. We're gonna play a set there.
You should. You should. That's just, it's necessary.
Why
It's
not?
not an option.
In the kitchen.
Not even in the parking lot.
We played a kitchen before, actually,
Yeah.
in a DIY show.
Savannah, Georgia.
That's very DIY.
Georgia with Circleback.
Okay.
This guy's
Yeah.
awesome.
And like the kitchen was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it was an old house.
Yeah, the floor felt like it was gonna
Like I
collapse.
promise you, it was probably like this
Right.
to the wall.
And
For the viewers, it's a small.
Yeah, and
and
the
like-
mosh pit was like in the living room.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was like right at the.
Yeah. And like the drum sets over here, and like we're all cramped here.
Yeah, I
and
remember
there's,
the amp was on the kitchen counter.
on the kitchen counter, and like there's a bunch of people here, and then in the living room there's more people, and it was just like,
It was wild.
yeah, it was weird.
Very cool.
The house was wrecked then.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
before we got there. A lot of shows have been through there.
Damn.
It was in Alabama. I think it was.
What?
It was with
No, that was in Georgia.
That was Georgia.
Yeah, Savannah.
Savannah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, we're gonna just keep releasing music. As far as shows, that's pending. Just because I don't want to say anything here.
You don't trust me? Trust issue?
No, we are centered. It's about waiting. It's
Okay.
about waiting.
So we have to be patient.
We have to manifest.
We have to manifest it.
To manifest the show.
No. There's a lot of opportunities out there, and like we're just kind of like moving our pieces around till we're ready to like show the world and go from there. But for now, it's just release music,
Videos.
content, videos. We did like a bunch of music videos.
Yeah. We have a music video for this song that's gonna come out soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a real one, like
Like a real one,
a real one.
not a visualizer.
Not a visualizer.
Yeah,
I felt like I was working out in that visualizer. So just running with y'all in the woods.
it was
a
like
workout.
it was a workout. It was 46 degrees.
Oh no.
Oh,
And then I had like the morning people showing up at that time too. So they were like,
what is this dude doing in a suit running in the forest?
a psycho.
Oh my god.
Hello. There's a man in the forest.
There's a content creator in the forest.
Yeah. What do we do?
You know, where do we draw the line with content creation in public like
No,
that? Like,
there is no line.
actually, not. That's not
Well,
what I mean.
actually,
Do you mean like common courtesy, like type of, like?
No, like, what is the point where you see something where you're like, that's weird, I have to call the police?
oh,
I mean, if
I
it's a
mean,
camera.
I could list a couple things, but like that's too much for this.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring down the
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, let's,
Honestly, I just mind my own business. I won't.
You mind your own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
I think it's only annoying when they're like in the middle of like a train station or the middle of an aisle and you're just trying to do your thing.
Yeah, like literally in the way.
It's just kind of like, yo,
like I'm trying
this
to
is
order my
everybody else's space too.
yeah,
Fair enough. But that's
your-
not like calling the police level. That's like, dude, just don't be.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're talking about like calling the police? I don't know.
No, I'm not a narc.
That's the only answer. All right, guys, I have a Reddit post. We need your advice. You two are very, very sound individuals.
What do
Very
you mean
sensitive.
we're sound? What? Very
You have all this experience between the two of you.
What you say about experience and sound?
All right. I did not read this preemptively completely. The heading just looked okay, and it wasn't like a million
Shoot. Well,
things long. So,
el milagro eres. All right, so let's do this.
so my boyfriend, the boyfriend is a 22-year-old male, won't stop curling my hair in my sleep.
What?
My boyfriend is curling my hair in my sleep.
Pause. Is he doing it with like a curling iron?
We're about to find out.
Oh, okay.
My boyfriend is curling my hair in my sleep. How do I confront him? He has always been interested in my hair and likes to watch me curl it, etc. Then he started asking me to curl it, just subtle hints at the beginning, which then evolved. After this going on for a few weeks, it progressed, and he became more pushy about it, resulting in a lot of arguments.
Whoa.
These got progressively worse for a few months. Then recently, probably about 2 weeks ago, I noticed strands of my hair were curled when I woke up in the morning. I've also noticed my curlers have been moved around, so yes, it is with a device, and are slightly warm when I go to use them. At first, I didn't think much and just put it down to my erratic sleeping habits, but my hair has progressively more curly every time it happens. I don't know how to confront him about this, as when I tried, he denied it and became extremely agitated. If anyone has had a similar experience or has advice, please help.
So many questions.
Well, I have
more questions.
Well, first of all,
You have more questions and answers.
I wake up like this.
Right.
So, but
You don't have someone curling your hair in your sleep?
You imagine? Little gnome comes out
It's just hiding under his bed.
and then takes your socks.
and the hands are the curlers, like it's a pulling tool. It's just
We're on to something.
My name is Teddy. Like some weird stuff. But I would say to that, right? Like, wait. What do you want from us? Like you want
Advice?
advice.
I'll go this route. I think in a relationship, you really need to sit down and have like the constructive conversation, right?
Like,
Hey, like this is what I want, and this is what you want, right? And then you need to meet in compromise, right? Like if she doesn't want her hair curled anymore, she should leave.
fair enough.
That's it. And if he is really into it and she still wants him, right? And then she has to be like, all right, we'll go on like these curling sprees. We'll film it or whatever and like make an OnlyFans of curling hair, and like whatever,
I
Yes.
think he would want it on OnlyFans. It seems like it's something, for him.
super niche. I don't know. But
Or not. I don't know. Like, he sounds suppressed.
I don't know. or maybe he just wants hair.
Or
Fair enough.
I think they should lean in and maybe that he wants to be your hairdresser and she should be supportive of whatever that he wants to
In her sleep.
but not in her sleep. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just sounds like maybe, I don't know. I just find it odd that you can't fit it during in the sleep.
He's into just like Sleeping Beauties and he's just like,
Yeah, he's a necromancer. Yeah. He's a necromancer and like, he curls hair.
yeah, he's a
So I do think there's probably an OnlyFans for curling hair.
center. Contain yourself.
That is very, very odd. But
So our advice for this is what? Dump him or
I mean, no,
open line of communication.
Yeah.
he got agitated and pretended like he wasn't doing it.
Because he's lying.
gaslighting.
Yeah, he's lying. He's keeping it a secret, obviously. So they need to create a space where he can say it without being scared.
Are we in the bathroom now? So, like,
Can you imagine her erratic sleep schedule is just him putting sleep aid in her room so she can
Like,
curl
curl
her
her hair. I'd shave my head.
instead of leaving him.
But yeah, no,
Yes.
that like
No, yeah, I'd shave my head and then dump him.
is she still with him?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't know. It just sounds like they're not communicating.
Que ella es tóxica también, ¿no?
so you're gaslighting.
Let him curl her hair.
Listen, I would dump him because no man is going to tell me what to do with my hair.
For sure, 100%.
It's like since I started dating my partner like almost 10 years ago, he was like, I hate things. And I was like, boy, every mental breakdown is just I love long hair. I think
bad
I'm
day.
mom.
Yeah. You were like, oh, you're gonna learn today.
I'm censored today.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you for that insight. Thank you for all the background on Dyne Side. This has been a really fun chat. This is your shameless plug moment. Let that camera know everything they need to know about Dyne Side. Dyne Side.
What the dinosaur side?
We were called Dinosaur Side at one point.
Yeah.
Dinosaur Side. I like that.
Yeah.
It's some
It's some venue,
yeah,
some random
some
venue
very-
like in
That's a
Kansas.
cool t-shirt.
And it was Dino Slide. And
Dino slide. We thought it was hilarious.
Dinosaurs on t-shirts.
yeah. Convict.
That's how
What are you trying to say?
You want us to make merch?
What are you no,
Go get you a vampire t-shirt. Does that make you feel better?
That makes me feel better.
Like a T-Rex with sunglasses on a skateboard or
That's
something.
what it is. Yeah.
Super
I
nice.
see it.
On a
I get it.
skateboard? Yeah. Or like the CD from Pizza Hut, the free sampler, right? Put on the shirt. You know
I remember that.
what do you mean? You played Spyro on it?
Oh,
Tony
yes,
Hawk Pro
yes,
Skater
yes.
2?
There was like PS1.
So back in the day.
Just unlocked a memory, Jimmy.
Gosh, with the pizza circle thing.
You're welcome. So like, yeah, you know the little.
Now my back hurts.
Yeah. He's gonna be okay.
Well, now you're back.
Well, now you're back. No, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It's part of it.
Just doing your
Just
shout
let-
out. Do your plug.
Why? We can talk about this.
Maybe later.
Hello, we're Dyne Side.
Look straight at the camera.
We just had a song come out called Big Brother. Please stream it. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Deezer. I could put out a whole list of all the DSPs, but I can't right now because I don't have
Save it like that because I'm an old man.
No.
Save it, add it to your playlist. Lyric video, music video coming out soon.
Yes, follow us on all our socials. It's just Dyne Side.
Yeah, DYNESIDE.
Yes.
That's it.
You guys don't have more? No, I'm kidding. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Senior Citizen Podcast. I have to hold on to my emotional support statue, gold hand. Go check out Dyne Side, follow them on social media, follow them on Spotify, wherever you listen to music. And make sure to check in like 2 weeks or something, whatever happens to another episode of the Senior Citizen Podcast. We'll see each other next time.
Bye.
Bye.